Hello, Teresa. Looks like it's just you and me. How you doing? I see that you've been crafting birthday cards all afternoon, so you have a lot to share with our team. So don't forget to post all your cards, and you can post them on the Rubber Queen site as well, because you can post there and be in Rhonda's drawing as well. Boy, that was a tongue twister on a Monday. All right, so I'm just going to give it a couple minutes to see if anybody will come on. I did not do an email, just didn't have time. And I knew I was going to come on. So if you don't get an email during the week, well, you know I'll be here unless I post otherwise. So, oh, you sealed them already. Uh-oh. Oh, well, that's okay. Next time then. So I'm going to go over some retreat cards. I've got a special class, Saleabration Exclusive Class, limited supply kind of order. And I'm actually adding another way you can earn that class for free with a host code. So we'll go over that. And let's see. I think that's all it. My craft room is so much cleaner that I got Card Club shipped today. So that's out the door, and I'm going to be working on July's Card Club, and I just sent out a survey. I don't know, Teresa, if you've seen it or not, but I'm letting my Card Club members pick the theme this month. So it's either Christmas in July, or it will be like our traditional Card Club with, you know, the designer series paper that's in the annual catalog. All right, so oops. All right, I'm just going to get started, and, you know, some people will come on. I'm going to load this up to Facebook or YouTube as well. All right, so if you are not working with a current Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you need a catalog, you can just let me know at inspiredbygram.com or at gmail.com. And I've got a few extra, so it's kind of a first come, first serve right now until I get more. So mini catalog, I can show you the front and I can show you the back side. But I can't show you what's inside the catalog because only demonstrators can see that. So this is going to be starting in July. So make sure you have your catalog all ready to go. I know that some customers of mine are starting to receive the mini catalog. So if you are, please give me just post a comment in the comment box. So I know that in particular, the East Coast customers have received these. Now I received mine in the mail. I always send it. Let's see. I always send it in the mail. So I know I've got mine, and this is kind of what it looks like. They're gonna show you the back side of the catalog, and your address should be up there. And then on the other side, which is the front, it looks like they got this kind of like thin chipboard in there, and it's also like shrink wrapped. So they should be hitting your mailbox really, really soon. We are going to be working with the annual catalog tonight. I've got 2 cards to make with you. And I'm going to go over my, let's see, hold on. I got to fix a message. Okay, I will go over my special offering now, and I'll probably go over it a little bit later because other people, you know, there's only 2 people on right now. And I know when the weather's really nice here in Vermont, nobody's in front of their laptop or computer or device or their phones. They're outside enjoying the weather. So it was super hot this weekend, and now it's starting to cool off. So I know people are outside. So we'll go over this special now, and then we will go over it a little bit later. So what did I do this weekend? Well, I got my card club out, and I also designed a class. So we are going to be going into Saleabration in July. And during Saleabration, you earn free products based on the size of your order, meaning dollar value, so $50 or $100. and you receive free products. And you can pick your free product as long as it is a qualifying either 50 or 100. So I wanted to bring back a very popular stamp set and designer series paper that I had left over. And I've got a few, and there's very limited number of kits available. So what this is our friendly Hello photopolymer stamp set. Brand new, never even used, okay? And this makes really nice, you can blend with it, and this bird is super cute. So I'm going to show you the cards I came up with. So 2 ways you can earn this. You can purchase it outright for $35, and you will need to be on my email list to grab that event code. If you're not, then you need to be, so you don't miss out on my events. Another way you can earn this for free is the first customers that do order using this code, either this URL, or you go to inspiredbygraham.com and you hit shop with me, shop now, and that host code right here needs to be used. It does not need to be used on an order 150 or above, but it does need to be used on an order that is, let me just write this down because I did not add it. So let me grab a fancy little pen here. So your order needs to be $35, okay, or higher. And this is the best deal. Order some products, you get this all free. So you're going to get the 12 by 12 designer series paper. I'm going to cut it in half to 6 by 12, but you'll get all of it. It's just so much cheaper to ship this in flat rate than it is. It just gets absorbent. So I need to save some money on this. So I will cut it in half, but don't worry, you'll get the full pack. You'll also get the stamp set. Also, what's included in this is 4 card kits, 4 different designs. It includes all the cardstock, the dies, the punched shapes, no stamped images. Okay, so that's per Stampin' Up! Policy, can't send that. And then basic white envelopes are going to be included for each of the cards. Classic matte dots, you'll receive more than enough to embellish your cards, so you have some left over. Glittered Organdy Ribbon, which is so super fun. We're going to be using this tonight in my other cards that we'll be making. And you'll receive plenty of that and you'll have some left over. And written instructions printed in color. I always send them and they're all ready to go. And also I will email you that PDF once the class is ordered or shipped. And either price, if you order this outright, $35, that does include shipping, but you can also order it with a host code at $35 or more. So again, the kits are very limited and the kits will ship the week of July 4th. So I've got quite a bit of stuff going on right now, so I can't really get this in my schedule like right off, but I will get it to you in July. So we'll take a look at the cards real quick. This is in dark or basic gray, and it's got the pool party underneath and the designer series paper. I'll tell you exactly how to cut that. And if you notice, it's in a pattern. So this was a 3 by 2 piece, I believe, something like that. And then we cut it in we got 2 different sizes that are the same, and then one that's a little bit bigger. The stylish shaped circle, you'll get that included. And here are the matte dots. I chose to use the gray on those. And the pool party is embossed underneath there with the time-worn textures, I think. And then on the inside, hope you have the best birthday. So that's plain on the front. And inside is the message with the foliage stamped and pool party. So that is one design. I've got 2 cards that say hello friend, and this one has a little heart, and again there's the classic matte dots. And then here's a sweet little heart from the Give It a Whirl dies. This is a new die set that I have. It's called Deckled Rectangles. And then on the inside, it looks like I didn't really design on the inside, but I probably just went by that step. But you guys know, just take a scrap paper, like a strip, and add it to the inside. It jazzes it up, or you can just stamp the foliage. And this is Granny Apple Green. All right, so that's this one. And then here's this one. This is my, like, I think it's almost my favorite one because I haven't done this much layering in a card before. So this one definitely is my favorite. You can see where I cut that out, fussy cut it out, and that wasn't really too hard. Added the Wink of Stella on it. And we've got scallop contours dies. We've got so many layers here. So we've got the thick basic white. We got basic black. We got the designer series paper, Friendly Hello, and the scallop contours in white, black, designer series paper, white, and then the bird right there. And then it kind of just opens up like this. I made a mistake on this side, so I had to put this over here. But I actually like it. I just had a scrap, and I know it's going the wrong way, but I put my Stampin' Dimensionals on the wrong side. So then when I pulled it off that black, it left a mess, unfortunately. So I just covered it up with the designer series paper that I had a scrap of, and it worked out great. So that's kind of a fun fold. And then here's the envelope that matches Pool Party. And then here's this one. We used, let's see, what do we, brushes. First time I've actually used them. And I did a little bit too much on this one. Because I should have made that a little bit white going out to the foliage, but it is what it is. On the inside, I just use a scrap there. Time Worn Textures and black classic matte dots. And this is Fresh Freesia. I use the Scallop Contours dies. Love this little scallopy thing here. And then layered it with just a strip of the designer series paper. So the only tricky thing with this is that the embossing has to go a certain way. So don't worry about that because the panel will come to you like that, already embossed. So, and this is my envelope. So you've got 1, 2, am I missing a card? No, I am not. 3, and then 4. So again, you can earn this 2 ways through my event. And that went out at 10:30 about last night. And then if you place an order and use this host code at inspiredbygram.com, it has to be 35 or above to match this one here at Buying Outright. Then you'll earn it for free. Again, I have very, very limited quantities of this. So take advantage of this. It's a really good special for you. Just grab all this out of the way. And then I'm going to go over some, let's see. I'm going over some Stamp Retreat cards. So my Stamp Retreat is coming up in July. It's July 23rd and 24th. One of the days we'll be using Butterfly Kisses Designer Series paper. That can be found on page 131. It does coordinate with the Butterfly Kisses suite, which is on page 36 and 37. So if I'll turn to 36 and 37, here is the suite. Now, this you could order with just one item number, the whole suite, 159-124-6750. Use that host code, and then you'll get that the free card or class for free. Again, it's going to be the first ones that get that card class that uses a host code. So for me, I only, from this suite, I did not use that item number to kind of got to have it all. I just pick and chose. So I wanted the designer series paper. I knew I wanted that. And I wanted the fun flowers, which is the coordinating embellishment here. I figured that I already had a butterfly stamp, and I wanted to just make sure I'm using my money the way I want to. So I chose not to do this, but if you love butterflies, there is the Best Butterflies bundle, and that is $47.50. All right, so that is what we're going to be using at my Stamp Retreat on Saturday. And on Sunday, we're going to use we're going to be doing a different class. my stamp retreat has already been marketed, so if you missed it, let me know. Either you can private message me or you can send me an email and I'll send you the link. I cannot post it online anywhere social media. However, I can email it to you either by messenger or by regular standard email. So this is my class for Saturday and I'm going to show it to you. I think it's fabulous. And it's you're going to create 10 projects on Saturday and 10 on Sunday. All written instructions already done for you. You just can sit and make cards all day. You can also craft, scrapbook, whatever you want to do, quilt, crochet, or just sit and talk. Okay, so this is a 3D project here. I'm going to do my two 3Ds. It's a very simple box, but it is it's easy to make, but it's very, very pretty as well. We've got some background stamping here with a floral. I'm using shaded summer again. And this is a happy birthday box with the glittered organdy ribbon. Here's a sweet little tag. I love to make tags. So we'll be using the tailored tag die cuts. And underneath here is this one. This is so pretty. I love actually creating my tags with designer series paper. It doesn't take very long, and using the designer series paper just really showcases your projects. So those are the two 3Ds. Then we have, let's see, we have this card first. I don't even know who's on here. So if you're coming to my retreat, if you don't want to see the cards, then you might want to just go take a 5-minute break. All right, so this one here is a Hello You, and that's the inside. The main color is Calypso Coral with Starry Sky, and this is Parakeet Party, I believe. I don't think it's Granny Apple Green. I think it's Parakeet Party. So that's card one. You'll make one of these, and one of these. I'm gonna make sure you can see all this. And then the next design I have here is very simple, using the stylish shaped circles. And you'll stamp that with just fresh freesia. You can either stamp with just a normal ink color, or you can stamp in Memento Black and use your blends that way, or your any kind of watercoloring pencils or your watercolor brushes. This one's really fun. I added the medium daisy punch with the Starry Sky and the Calypso Coral to make a daisy. This is crushed curry in the middle here. I have a 1/2-inch circle punch that's retired from Stampin' Up, but I still use it to create images like this. And the sentiment on here is, may the good you do come back to you. And that's stamped in crushed curry. And on the inside are those really happy butterflies. And again, this is Parakeet Party. Very simple design card, but I think it's really cute. All right, so that's that one. And then we've got this one here, which has got quite a bit of layering on it. We've got crushed curry, Starry Sky. We've got the designer series paper. I'm not sure if I mentioned what this is. It's Butterfly Kisses. I will go over it with you in just a second so you can see all the patterns. We've got a square here and here. We got those fun flowers. I don't know if you can see those really nice, but they come, they're very shiny and fun and just add a lot to your cards. There's the glittered organdy ribbon, and this is another stylish shapes. On the inside, I added the strip. So I just go to town using my strips. I think they make great designer embellishment on the inside. So that is this one here. I'm trying to get these all in the picture here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Here's number 7. Again, very simple, lots of blues there. Love you, friend. And then on the inside, oh my gosh, there's a piece of hair there, my cat's hair. This I use the gingham embossing folder underneath here. I will do all that embossing for you, by the way. This is a new die here, and it's in the mini catalog, the new one, and I cannot show you it. Like, my dies are actually packed away, but this one's really fun, and I don't even know what the name of it is, but I'll be using that quite a bit coming up. And then we've got Above and Beyond. This is another die that's in that set. I used the bow punch for the flowers in 3 different colors. There's the fun flowers again, and the ribbon. And then on the inside, I used a larger piece of scrap. Doesn't really matter what size your scraps are. Just add them to the whites. It makes it look really good. All right, and now the cards we're going to be making tonight are the next 2. So this one is here. Orchid. Oh, no, I'm going to make this one in Orchid Oasis tonight. I wanted to try a different color. I've got crushed curry here, and we've got some of the designer series paper. Got that ribbon wrapped underneath here. Who knows if I can do that wrap again. Okay, so what is your question? So if I ordered that, it doesn't go towards my monthly totals. Does it? I'm past my 300 for August. No. Because you already hit your quarterly requirement, Teresa. And the quarter ends the end of June, so June 30th. You could wait until July to order again, and that is going to be go towards the 4th quarter for Stampin' Up. Okay, so I hope I answered that question for you. All right, so this is the one we're going to be making tonight. So I'll kind of go over it with the sizes of the designer series paper and the cardstock. And then this other one here is really super fun. I used Parakeet Party, so bright and cheerful. And you can see where I used 4 of the colors from the, I hope I'm saying it right, the Fun Flower Resin Shapes. And I'll show you those as well. All right, and there's the inside. So with my my retreats, you're going to get a 12-pack. Well, I don't want to tell you what you're going to get because it's always a surprise. So I'm not going to tell you. You'll just have to join. You can either join in person or you can receive the retreat to go. It's the same price as the in-person at $129. And that includes your shipping. It doesn't include your meals. That's what the other people will be. The in-person get their meals. Okay, I will send you a few snacks so you can get by. All right, so I haven't even made a card yet, but I'm going to go over the designer series paper like I said I would. All right, so these are all the patterns. There are, let me just show you here. I wrote it down here. 48 sheets in this pack. So it's a 6x6. You get 4 each of the 12 double-sided designs. So 12 by 2 equals 24. So you're going to have 24 different designs from this 6x6 paper pack. So we'll just go over them. The colors that are in here are Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia, Parakeet Party, and Starry Sky. All right, so here we go. This one has a little bit of Orchid Oasis in it, though. All right, and there's the fun. So we've got some kind of plain, like, patterns, and then we've got some bright and cheerful ones on the opposite side, either flowers or butterflies or a combination of the both. And then here's this one. And then here's this Parakeet Party polka dots. And then here's the really large butterflies that you can either fussy cut out or you can die cut out. The dies do cut out the butterflies. Not all of them, but most of them. And here's that simple blue. And then here's this little fun pattern. I almost used this one, but I changed my mind at the last second. All right, so here's that one. And then we've got the Fresh Freesia. And then on this side, we've got more of those butterflies. I think I did use this pattern. But with your retreat, if you don't like the pattern of paper I chose, you can switch it out because it all should coordinate very nicely. Here's this one, Sweet and Simple. And then we've got some Crushed Curries and then some more Sweet and Simple ones here. And then here's the large butterflies again. You can fussy cut or die cut. And then we have 2 more. Oh, actually 3 more. Here's this pattern. This has got some stripes on it. And then here's the side, more butterflies. It's almost the same. See, very, very similar, but different. And then this one, I know I use this one as well. I like this combination of all the flowers and all of the colors that are coordinating are in this pattern here. On the back side is kind of like, this reminds me of like a racetrack. That's what it does for me. And then the last page I have is literally a 3x6. This is all I have left. And on the other side are some really happy flowers in white in a background of clips of coral. So that is the Butterfly Kisses paper. And you bet you're going to receive the designer series paper. All right, so let's just, I'm going to clip this all together so I don't lose it. Okay, then what else do I have? Oh, I wanted to show you, I'll just show you as I stamp. So I'm going to be using the Shaded Summer Clang stamp set. I have used this one in the past, but I wanted to bring it out again because this is going to be the Retreat stamp set. It is on back order, or no, it's on low inventory right now. So if you want to purchase this stamp set, then you should probably get that ordered today, because when something's on low inventory, you never know when it's going to be gone or on, you know, taken off the ordering site. I'm going to turn I just noticed I'm a little crooked, so I'm going to move that. Okay, so Shaded Summer is what we're going to be using. So I'm going to work on, let's see, which one do I want to work on first? I'm going to make this one first. So let's get all the items that we need out of my little bin. So I'll go over them with you. I want some paper snips because I'm going to have to fussy cut. Here's the glittered organdy ribbon. Super fun, you guys. It's so pretty. And the ink color of choice is Parakeet Party. I do write these on here now for my in-person classes because my stampers sometimes make a mistake and they'll stamp like an orange into a green, and that's like a hot mess. So, but it can be fixed, but it does happen. I do it too. All right, so here's love you, friend, and then some friendships are just meant to be. So this is going to be a friendship card. Bone folder and your take your pick tool, and my adhesive of choice is going to be Tombow, and my backup is going to be Seal and Seal Plus. So I'm grabbing these all together. You guys, you have no idea. I am hoping that I stay organized, but you know, when you craft, sometimes it doesn't really matter. So hopefully I won't get a chaotic mess. I do need some Stampin' Dimensionals, so I'm going to grab those out of my little box here, and I'm grabbing the little, or the regular size ones. So here's our basic white envelope, and I've just grabbed a piece of the designer series paper. I'm going to fussy cut out one of those butterflies. The inside panel, it's got a little mark on there. And this is cut 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the inside. And then this little strip here is 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. It's going to go on there. Here's our stylish shaped circle. This one is smaller than this one here because I think this one is way too big. So for Retreat, I'm going to downsize it probably to this one. I just got to see what it looks like. So we got that one, and then I did a little cheat note here. So this one is the designer series paper. That's this side and then this side. I wanted to get some clips of coral in there. So this is a 2.5 and then 3.5. Okay, so 3.5, 2.5. I'll put that there. I don't want advertising for this company, but that's what my husband used to work for. And then here is a piece that's 3 3/4 by 5. I've got a piece of clips of coral that's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I've got Parakeet Party, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So I'm going to burnish this because it's really not laying flat like that. And see, it's kind of like this. And when you're crafting with paper, you want it to stay down as best as possible. So I'm just going to give that a burnish. Sometimes you have to just do it on both sides. And see, now that works really nice. If it's humid or really dry, it's going to be a little bit different feel every single time. All right, so the best way to create this card is kind of work from the bottom up, and that's what I tend to do. I kind of save my stamping for when I need it. So we're going to work with Flips of Coral and this panel here. So I like to use liquid glue when it's an 1/8 of an inch border, just because it gives you enough time to move it into place if you're off. So you just grab your liquid glue and you just kind of put it all around there. And then I'm going to grab the lower left corner here and get it to where it's about 1/8 of an inch and go all the way up with my eyes. And then I'm slowly looking around to make sure it's straight, which it is, and then we'll just press it down. This one needs Stampin' Dimensionals on the back side, so let's work with that. You're going to want 5 on this one because it's rather large, and you've got a lot of weight in the middle of it with your focal point, so we don't want it to buckle down. So I'm just going to add those right now. And then we've got some of that ribbon underneath here, so we're just going to use a small piece of it. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal Plus and add some right there and right there. Okay, and that's going to hit, oh, wait a minute. I didn't put the other pieces on. I'm glad I just noticed that. Okay, so actually, no. I need to just, hold on. This is why I have a silicone craft sheet, right? So I'm going to just add this here. I need to get this piece of the Designer Series paper on there, and I totally forgot that piece. So again, this is 2.5 by 3.5, and it's simply just going to go here in the middle. I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal on this one. Let's use all different kinds of adhesive. I just added a new refill in this one, so sometimes it goes really quick and sometimes it doesn't. So what I did here was I dropped it down a little bit past center. So meaning there's more of the Designer Series paper at the top versus the bottom, and that's because of the circle. Now, since that circle is bigger than the one I'm going to be using, we might want to move this panel up a little bit. So we're taking into consideration that white. So that goes on there. Then actually we need to stamp because that's the next layer up. I'm going to put this over here off to the side. And again, we're going to be using Parakeet Party. Some friendships are just meant to be. I have this mounted on a old paper pumpkin block. So this is going to get stamped up towards the top. Okay, and I stamped, I didn't mention this, but there's a smooth side and a rough side. And the rough side is used if you kind of make a mistake. So I've got this on the smooth side of that die cut. And then, did I stamp something on the inside? I didn't stamp anything on the inside, but then I thought some friendships are just meant to be. Love you, friend. I thought that would be really nice on the inside. So we're going to stamp this. And I'm going to stamp it on this side. There's a little mark on that one. I'm going to stamp it over to the left side because we've got that strip of Designer Series paper over there taking a little bit of the room of the white. And I'm going to fix this one. I'm going to open this one up here, and then I'm just going to, this one's kind of at the bottom, so this one can go straight on in the middle. That's better. I love how our colors just coordinate really nice. This Parakeet Party is very similar to the Granny Apple Green. It's similar, but not, you know, all the same. All right, we're done. Oh, the envelope. What are we going to do with the envelope? So I think I'm going to just stamp Some Friendships Are Just Meant to Be. That would be fun to get that in the mail. And since I need a envelope for that sample card, I'm going to stamp this one so I don't have to go back and stamp it again later. All right, so we're just going to stamp that over in the corner there. Close this one up. And now we can bring our card back here. It's not stuck to my paper here. This is going to go just flat on like this. All right, there's no dimension on this one, so I'm just going to use my seal. And I'm just going to add it right about here. Okay. Now I'm going to take the ribbon here. And I did add the Stampin' Seal Plus on the back side. I might need to move it a little bit. Might need to, let's see where it lands, because I might need to add a little bit more. No, I think it's good. So I want a little bit of that white circle showing. I'm just going to bring it around the back side, and then I can trim this off, and I don't waste much at all. Actually didn't waste any. Okay, then we're going to put this, it's ready to go on the card base. Again, this is Parakeet Party 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2. So just remove the backings of your Stampin' Dimensionals with your Take Your Pick tool. So much easier. And then we're going to center this on the Parakeet Party. Make sure your card is opening the correct way, people. I did a mistake yesterday and I put it on backwards. Okay, now we need to definitely brighten this baby up with a larger butterfly. So I think this one here would be way too small. This one too. I'm gonna fussy cut this one right here. So to do that, I'm just gonna take my paper snips, and I don't care about that one over there because sometimes I like to salvage the sides. Like I would salvage this one here, but not something like that small. This one, I got to be really careful. Just cut around here for right now. It's much easier to use smaller pieces than trying to cut, at least for me, trying to cut a large, from a large paper. Okay, so you guys can all play the Jeopardy song in your mind while I just fussy cut this out. And we can talk about our weekends. What'd you guys do? Let's see, what did I do? Friday, I have Fridays off, so I hiked with Sarah training over in New Hampshire. Super hard hike, and it's definitely was a challenge. So we posted our pictures on our Facebook accounts, and Sarah had a really nice camera she got for Christmas, and I was just taking photos from my phone. So we are going to have some really nice photos of us hiking next, or maybe, I think we're starting around July 30th, give or take. Just depends on the weather, because I'm not going to start in a heat wave, because that will just slow us down, and we can definitely cover more territory when it's a little bit cooler faster. All right, so this is the hardest part of fussy cutting when you have the antennas, because you don't want to snip them off, and you don't want to leave too much white. So I'm just going to take it really slow. How long are you going to hike for? As long as it takes us 272 miles. So it's going to be basically almost the entire month of August. But we'll see. We're just going to hike our own hikes, and if we can get it done, my goal is to get it done in less than 27 days, because I don't want to be away from you guys for longer than that. So I will be checking in though. I'm going to try my best to on Mondays and Fridays to post some some videos that you guys can watch while I'm gone. And they'll be, because you can pre-post or save them, and you can save them on Facebook, and you can also save them on YouTube and schedule them out. So that is my plan, and I'm going to stick to it. All right, so there you go. Phew. This, I definitely going to save that one because we can fussy cut that one out as well. Okay, so this one is much larger. Well, not, it's a little bit larger. It's just shaped differently. The wings are bigger. I'm going to kind of bend these a little bit. And we're going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back side of this butterfly. And I think 2 will do. Okay, we'll peel those off. Then we'll flip this one over, and I'm just going to put it in this area over here. And we don't want to cover up the sentiments, so I might have to drop it down a little bit because this is a little bit bigger. There we go. Give it a good press so we know it's going to stay there. And you don't want to put the wings past the Parakeet Party card base, because then you won't fit it in your envelope. Now I'm going to take those really fun flowers. Let's see, these are the resin dots. And I'm going to choose 3 different colors and primary colors in the paper here. So it looks like I use Calypso Coral on the butterfly, so I think I will do that as well. So I used a larger one for the top here. And the trick is to get them going the same way. And then I'm going to grab a little tiny one here. I only want to add 3 because 3 is a odd number. It's going to be either 3 or 5, and 5 is going to be too much. So I'm just going to space those out enough so it looks good. Now I'm going to grab fresh freesia, and I'm just going to, this is a little bit smaller circle, so we have less area to work in. So I'm going to add this one down here. I also need some of the yellow. I think that's crushed curry. Let's see what that will look. That'll look good up there. So we get 3, 4, and 5. 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I used 3 in the middle there. Actually, blue's going to look really nice because we've got blue in here. So let's get a hint of blue going. I'll use a larger one. And let's see where I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to put it on the Calypso Coral. Let's put it over here. Just put those close together. I think we got every color, right? We got the Calypso Coral, crushed curry, fresh freesia. I think that's starry sky. Oh, we need the green. Parakeet Party. Let's add, I'm going to add 2 up there. All right, so we got 3 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have an odd number there. So that is the front. Now we want to add the inside. Again, we've got basic white panel here. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal. And I'm just going to do like 1/2 inch check marks here. And then this is going to go on the inside here. We're going to add that Designer Series paper, the strip on there. You can do it either now, before or after. Let me grab it here, and this is just going to go over here on this side. Now, it looks like it's going to be a little bit too long, so I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. And then I'm going to take my seal. And we're just going to add it right here. I like the white showing a little bit on the right side of the strip. Now, if you want, you can bling this card up with some Wink of Stella. Mine is all packed away because of my class I'm having on Wednesday. But if you want to put Wink of Stella on the butterflies, that would look really nice. And you could also do the splatter technique as well. So here we go. Here's the 2 cards. Layout is this is the same. The only thing we changed up is the size of the stylish, the circles here and the butterflies. And of course the elements as well, the fun flowers. So is there a favorite? I like both of them. I mean, this is just a little bit too big, but that's okay. And I liked actually the hint of blue there. Oh, Debbie, are these retreat cards? You might want to leave if you don't want to see them. So yes, they are. Let's see if there's any questions. All right, so there's lots of chatter here. So let's go all the way back. I like on Facebook, you can check the messages. YouTube, I can't for some reason. All right. No questions. All right, looks like happy Monday. I have been crafting birthday cards all day. Why does that keep saying that, Teresa? I keep seeing your same message. That is weird. At least on my side. Facebook must be doing something again. Let's see. How long is going? Okay, we already answered that. Fun. Okay, I think I've got all them. There is really no questions really, so we're going to move on to the next card. So Debbie Franklin, if you don't want to see it, then bye-bye, because I know you've signed up for the retreat. Okay, so that one's over here, and let's pull this one in, and I'm going to move everything out of the way and pull in what we need. So I've got my seal, I've got my Seal Plus, I've got my liquid glue. Put that in the holder. I've got my snips, my ribbon. I'm going to wind that up a little bit. It's a brand new roll, so it tends to not stay there very well. I got my fun flower resin dots. Okay, so the stamps we're using for this one, may the good you do come back to you. This is going to be a thank you card. And then here's the floral image, like this. And here's the thank you. I have this on an A block. I hope it stamps good because my other blocks are already mounted for my class on Wednesday. Orchid Oasis, because we're going to change this one up a little bit. I got Memento Black. And I have Orchid Oasis Blends, Dark and Light. And my Parakeet Party's already, it's already packed away. So I'm going to be using the Stampin' Right markers and hope that works well. All right, so here's all the pieces that we'll need. Of course, we've got our basic white envelope. I'm going to take another one from my supply over here because I need to stamp one for this card here. All right, so this is going to be my stamping pile. And here are the sizes for the Designer Series paper. This one is cut 2.5 by 5.5. And this one is 3/4 of an inch by 5.5. I think. Let me see. Yes. And then this one's 3/4 of an inch by 5.25. It's going to go on the panel here. This way. And then I've got a piece of crushed curry, which is 3.25 going across by 2 3/4. And then my white, this is basic white. It is 2 3/4 by 3.5. Okay, so let's do some stamping first. I want to get some scrap paper just in case I make a boo-boo or something like that. So we've got this one here. And we got the base. Okay, I'm just going to start with the envelope. Let's do that one. And we're going to stamp with Orchid Oasis again for the words and message. So thank you is going to be going on the outside of the envelope. And this is really hard to see this. Okay, got that straight. I'm surprised. Let me stamp this other one here. Not too bad. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. All right, so then we need to take that white panel here. You need to stamp the thank you first, because then you'll know where to stamp the big flower. So this is going to be a little challenging. Okay, that's not bad. So we're going to go with that. The inside panel is going to have, may the good you do come back to you. And since we're adding that strip of paper on the side here, we want to make sure that this message is over towards the right side. Now we're going to take this stamp here. I'm all done with the Orchid Oasis. I'm going to bring in the Memento Black. My card class for Wednesday with Parks and Rec, we're using Memento Black on every single card. So my goal was to show them it's okay just to use one color on a card. Okay, so we're going to take this one, and I'm just going to hover over this because I want the stem to kind of come over here, and I don't want that flower to go over the edge. Okay, right about there. I'm going to let this soak in a little bit just because it's got a solid image on those flowers. Okay. Ugh. That's not too bad, but I'm probably going to color over that black. It looks like I need to re-ink the Memento Black, so I'll make a self note on that one. Okay, so we're going to start coloring this in. I've got dark and light Orchid Oasis to match the ink colors, and we've got chisel and we've got the brush tip. I primarily use the chisel, and I start with dark. Then I go light, and then I go dark again. Some people do it the opposite way, but that's what I tend to do. So I'm going to just, I think I'm going to add some color over the black, because it's going to definitely soak in. I have no idea what this flower is going to look like, because I'm using Orchid Oasis for the first time tonight, you guys. And when you get new Stampin' Blends, they are so full of ink that you do not need to press down hard at all. You notice it's not squeaking either. I'm just going to go over these black shaded areas just to give them a little bit more color. I'm going to go over here. Let's add some shading here. And then over here. Okay, so then we're going to make these all the same color. So let's go again over here. If you use the chisel point, you're definitely going to have a lot more control, is what I wanted to say. Blanking it again. Okay. All right, and then this flower down here, let's add the dark over here on top of the Memento Black. And then over here. And then I'm just going to go over these areas which has the black here. All right, so now I'm going to pull in the light Orchid Oasis. Now you can use the brush tip, but you don't want to slam it down or else you're going to break that tip. Okay, so you're just going to just lay it down really carefully if you choose to use the blending or the brush tip. Now this is supposed to be a lighter color, but it doesn't look like it. It's very dark, but we'll see what it turns out. And I've got, it looks like I might be pressing down really hard, but trust me, I am not. It's hard to see that where the dark is actually. Well, wish I could add the Wink of Stella, but it's all packed. I might be able to dig it out of the bin. We'll see. The center I'm going to use the Parakeet Party. Okay. We'll go back to that after it dries a little bit. And I know this is only because I am, all my Parakeet Party blends are stored away for class. So I'm just gonna use my Stampin' Write marker here. This is a water-based one, so that sometimes it will grab that black and move it into the white. And so I'm just trying to be really careful. Now this Parakeet Party is going to be, it's the green that's in the paper, so that's going to be really nice matching. And then over here, if I had the blends out, then I would be highlighting with the dark and the light. But you can see Stampin' Blends actually works fairly nicely too. Got one more leaf, and then we'll head to the center of the flowers, and then we should be okay. It's definitely, now that I can see it, it's definitely lightened up. You just have to give that ink some time to settle and dry. It takes longer on a humid day to dry, and you can see on the back side it goes all the way through, so that's why you kind of have to have some scrap paper. Now I'm just going to add the green here, blending it out towards the Orchid Oasis. Okay, I think that's pretty cute. We'll go with that. Let me grab my Wink of Stella. And I'm just going to do a little brush strokes on this. Of course, a big glob when it came out. Oh, I hate when that happens. I think I salvaged it though. Okay, we're gonna let that dry, set it off to the side, and I'm gonna bring in the sample card, and I'm just gonna add some Wink of Stella on this one too. Just some very light touches here. This is really coming out fast. Okay, hopefully I didn't ruin the card. Okay, now let's assemble. All right, here's the Orchid Oasis. This is going to be a, we've got 8.5 by 5.5. I've already scored it at 4 1/4, and you know if it kind of raises like this, just use your bone folder to give it a nice burnish, and now it's going to lay flat. The first layer we're going to work on is going to be a combination of these two. This is when you're going to want your Stampin', your matte, silicone mat here, because that way your adhesive stays on this and it doesn't go on your work surface. So for this one, I want to put this piece over the top, and we're just going to have this little highlight of a strip here. So to do that, you want to put your adhesive on this side here. I'll grab my seal to do that. When I'm using seal because that way the liquid glue won't go over the edge. Now I got to work this way because it's going on this side. So I'm going to line up this edge and this edge and make sure it's straight, which it is, and then I'll just press from the back side and the front side. So we've got that nice little highlight, and then this is going to go on the front side of the card here. Okay, and it doesn't really matter what adhesive we use. Let's go to liquid glue because that seems to be the glue of choice by my followers. So I'll use what you guys use. And then This is going to go edge to edge, meaning the top and the bottom, it's flush. So this is just going to go right here. If it overhangs, don't worry, we can fix that, and I'll show you how to do that. Just make sure it's on there really well. And now here's this panel. This is the crushed curry, which is going to go on here. It's just going to add another layer behind the focal point. So we'll take some Stampin' Seal on this panel. I swear my cat was on my craft table today. We kept her in today because of the storm we were having this morning. I don't like to have her outside. I swear she climbed on my table. Okay, so now this one's going to go, let's see, it's going to come on the inside here about 1/4 inch. And I've got about 1/4 inch, oops, over here. Now the fun part. Okay, this is where we're going to add the ribbon. I always have a hard time with the ribbon. So I'm just going to add some Stampin' Seal Plus throughout this panel here. And then we're going to just weave this back and forth. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up, I think. So we want this over here. And then I'm going to flip it this way and hit that Stampin' Seal Plus, which is right there. I think I want to add a little bit more here on the edge. When I was in St. George, I watched a demonstrator. She was using linen thread, I think, and she just was like so good at it. And I don't know, I just have a hard time doing this. Okay, so then I'm going to go over here. And then back. I want this a little bit longer. And then looks like I need some more over here too. You could use glue dots as well. Now I'm going to take a look at this pretty much hot mess and see what we got. So we'll take my paper snips and just cut this at an angle here. And then this one over here is going to be cut at an angle. Then this one is going to go on here. It didn't come out too bad. And I actually have this side smaller than the right side. And this is just going to be centered amongst the crushed curry. Oh, wait. I use Stampin' Dimensionals. Hold on. Another way you can secure this, especially when you're using Stampin' Dimensionals, just add some tape. Okay. And now we'll add our Stampin' Dimensionals. This definitely needs some height, so we will add 5 to this one. Make sure they're good and pressed down. And then we'll just take the backings off. And now we'll add it on. Again, the crushed curry, there's not as much on the left side versus the right. Okay, next is the inside. So we have the panel here. Should be a piece of designer series paper. I like to match the paper that's on the front to the inside. So I generally find a strip that's either the same or something that's very, very close, and that will work as well. So just going to add this here. Okay, and again, if it extends over the edge, this just a little bit, you just take your paper snips and just trim it right off. Okay, let's grab some adhesive here, and we'll add this panel. This has got a 1/4 inch border. Now, I did say that my panel here on the front side is over the edge. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to take our paper snips and just trim this off. You don't want this hanging over because it doesn't look like it's finished. Okay, it's about a 1/16 of an inch. And the last thing we'll do is add some of these beautiful fun flowers. And we're going to do different colors. So I like the Parakeet Party because that's one of the primary colors that we're using, a highlight color. So let's put this one down here. And then I know we're using Orchid Oasis, but this is the Starry Sky. It's okay. I'm going to grab a little blue one. Let's put this one over there. And I'm going to grab this yellow one, a big one, because this is a big area. I'm choosing to put a larger one there. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I think that's good. We'll call it good with 3 because we have that glitter, the Winkestella on there. So let's put these side by side because I use different colors. So that's the Orchid Oasis, and then this is the Starry Sky. So Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis. You guys can vote. What one do you like? Do you like the lighter touch or do you like the darker touch? And I'll see what we've got for messages. Looks like Debbie left. So that's good because I know she likes to be surprised. I like the lighter touch. Yep. I could have colored these all different colors, but I just tend to go with the same. All right, so let's put these side by side, the ones that we just made today. We'll just do it this way. So this one is my sample, and this one was my sample. And I changed these up. This one is a different color scheme, and then this one has a smaller circle, and of course a different butterfly. So very fun cards. I like to use bright colors in summertime at my retreats, so that's what I did on this one. All right, so I don't know if you guys have heard my spiel or not. I'm going to go over my Saleabration cards and my special ordering. Let's see, where did they go? Over here. Okay. So you can earn this 2 different ways. You can earn it with a $35 order using this specific host code. So you can go to inspiredbygram.com and shop now and make sure you enter this code here on your checkout screen. And then, or you can just use this code here, this whole URL, and that will embed the host code in there so you don't have to worry about it. First people, I basically have 4 of these complete kits that I can either you can purchase outright or you can receive for free with a $35 order or more using this host code. That's the most important thing. You need to use that host code. So what does this include? Well, you're going to get this beautiful Friendly Hello paper, which was in the last Saleabration. And I'm going to cut it 6 by 12 just because it's going to save so much on my postage. You will also receive the Friendly Hello stamp set for free. It is a photopolymer stamp set. So it's the clear ones. And then you're going to receive 4 card kits. No stamped images because you're going to do that part. And you'll receive like the white die cut. You'll receive the pool party embossed panel under here. Card bases. I include the white on the inside. Some people don't do that, but I do. And then basic white medium envelope. So that's one design. We've got 2 cards that say Hello Friend on it. This one is highlighted in Granny Apple Green. And you can design it however you want in the inside. I use the Give It a Whirl die cut in the heart. And that's the medium size one on that one. And then this is my favorite design with a bird. Hello Friend. And that's a Memento Black. And it's kind of one of those fancy fold ones. And on the back side, you can add a scrap of the designer series paper that matches the front and make it a little kind of fun on the inside as well. So many layers in this one. We've got the card base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 layers in this one. 9 if you include the ribbon. Okay, and then the last one uses the Fun Scallop Contours dies. And this is in Fresh Freesia. You can use your blending brush to do all of this with Fresh Freesia. And then this is the new punch I have. It is, let me get it. Decorative circle punch. So you're going to see me using that a lot. Okay, and you can make this whatever you want. This is a stamped image on white, so you can color it whatever you want, and you can actually use any colors you want. You'll receive the Fresh Freesia here as a highlight, and then here's how I designed the envelope. So 4 kits, you're going to receive the instructions. Also, you'll receive a printout, and that's very, very important, a printout in color, so you don't have to print it on your side and use your toner. I'll do that for you. So it's a super good deal. If you have any questions, you can email me on this. And again, it's a first come, first serve. So if you did not receive my marketing on this, then you should be on my email list because you missed it last night. I sent it around 10:30. And then, or you can just hurry over to inspiredbygram.com and pop in that host code and check out with whatever you want to purchase. And then I will see that come through, and then I'll get this ready to go. It will ship the week of July 4th, unless I can get it out sooner. So anyway, I will see you guys on Thursday. Let me just see if there's any other questions. If I came with my mother and she didn't craft, she quilted, where would we stay all night? Hotels, bed and breakfast. Well, if you can do stairs and nobody stays at my house, you're welcome to stay at my house. But there are hotels within like 5 minutes of the town hall, so it's not that far. So we can talk about that, Teresa, a little bit later. My northern people in Vermont usually stay here, but I'm not sure if they're coming or not. So if you guys are out there listening, and the ones that stay at my house, let me know. I hope you're attending. I'm really looking to fill the room. So to do that, I need 10 to 12 people. But anyway, if you want information on my retreat, you're definitely welcome to email me at inspiredbygram@gmail.com. So I will be live on YouTube Thursday night at 7 o'clock. I'm not sure what I'm going to craft yet, but I'll make it good for you. All right, you guys take care and be well.